Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on such short notice. Sorry to interrupt your day and all that, but this situation kind of impacts the whole world, so yeah. I'm going to do a little roll call if everyone would just do me the favor and say here when I call your name. Boromir?
Boromir and Gondor answer your call.
Here will do just fine, thank you. Gimli?
Here.
Aragorn?
Present.
Bilbo?
Here.
Glorfindel?
Here.
Legolas?
Here.
Gandalf?
Yeah, I'm here, but I can't see you.
What do you mean you can't see me?
I don't know. I can hear you, but my screen is dark.
Is anyone in the same place as Gandalf right now? Frodo, you there? Frodo, no, don't put the ring on. Frodo! Okay, who else? Sam, what are you doing here? You're not invited to this. Sam? Does anyone know how to kick people from Zoom?
No, me lad. The dwarves typically use Microsoft Teams to communicate.
A rather sorry form of communication, but that makes sense for a dwarf. Us elves use Discord.
Okay, guys, never mind. Sam, can you help out Gandalf?
Why, yes, Mr. Elrond, I can.
Oh, so you could hear me this entire time. Great. Okay, guys, now that everyone is here, we've got some business to discuss. Now, as you all saw, Frodo is currently in the possession of a ring. Before we get into the business of that ring, however, I believe Gloin has some pressing matter he would like to discuss with us. Gloin?
Say when. Never, John.
It's John Marston, my God!
Oh, look at the big baby! Wow.
Gloin, we can't hear you. There's too much noise going on over there. Okay, you know what, Gloin? We're just gonna skip you for now. That's okay. Just text in the chat.
Can I tell my tale yet, Mr. Elrond?
No, not yet, Bilbo. I feel as though I should probably go first.
Okay, just let me know.
So, as you have seen, Frodo, son of Drogo, is currently in possession of a ring. Now, I have not been able to travel recently because Arwen got COVID and I've been quarantined. So I have not been able to see the ring for myself. However, Gandalf has done extensive research and discovered that this ring is no ordinary ring, but a ring of power. Now, there's a lot to tell you about this ring of power, so I summarized it in a PowerPoint for you guys. If I could just share my screen. Yep, okay, perfect. So, as the title slide says, I'm going to explain the history of Sauron's ring. Yes, I am referring to the Sauron who lived in Mordor and tried to take over the world. We thought we defeated him, but we were wrong. So, the first thing of importance to discuss is how many rings are there? Well, as the slide states, there are 3 rings for the Elven Kings under the sky, 7 for the Dwarf Lords in their halls of stone, 9 for immortal men doomed to die, 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark throne in the land of you guys can read. Essentially, 1 ring to rule them all. Now, Frodo is indeed in possession of Sauron's 1 ring. How did Frodo get in possession of the ring, you ask? Well, for that, I've created a little timeline for you. So, it all started in the last alliance of elves and men, when the hosts of Gil-galad and Elendil were gathered in Arnor. At the Battle of Dagorlad before the gates of Mordor, both Gil-galad and Elendil fell. However, Isildur, Elendil's heir, cut the ring from Sauron's hand using the broken Narsil, Elendil's sword. Once Sauron perished, Isildur took it for his own.
So that is what became of the ring. The men of Gondor all believe it had perished.
Please remain on mute until I'm done, Boromir.
Many apologies.
Thank you. Now, Isildur took it, despite our pleading for him to cast it into the fire and destroy it. Isildur wanted it to remain a family heirloom, but unfortunately, the ring brought him to his demise. Hence why the ring is commonly known as Isildur's Bane. Isildur was slain in the Gladden fields and the ring fell into the river Anduin. There, the ruling ring passed out of all knowledge.
Master Elrond, I do not mean to interrupt, but give me leave to tell of Gondor. It would be good for all to know what passes there.
Okay, Boromir. Give us your tale.
The fate of Gondor is grim. The nameless enemy has arisen again. The power of the Black Land grows and we are hard beset. We have been outnumbered and outrun in every battle that we face. And yet, some strange dream has come to my brother that may offer us some counsel yet. A voice cried out for him to seek the sword that was broken, for Isildur's bane shall waken, and the halfling force shall stand. I come forth in my brother's place to ask help in deciphering this message.
And here in the Zoom meeting of Elrond shall be made clear to you. Allow me to share my screen. Here is a sword that was broken.
And who might you be to possess the shards of Narsil?
Boromir, it says his name right there on his profile.
Well, I prefer to meet a man's gaze rather than trifle with distractions like reading. So the line of kings has continued, but will the sword of Elendil, and the one who wields it, be more than just a shadow of our past?
That's my friend you're talking about there. A great man indeed. In fact, I wrote a poem for him. All that his gold does not...
Bilbo, sorry. We only have 45 minutes on this meeting to use for free, so let's continue on with Gandalf now.
But what about my tale?
Don't worry. We've read it.
Yes, about that, Bilbo. I thought the ring was a birthday gift from Gollum, but your book says otherwise.
I agree with Master Elrond. We should hear what Gandalf has to say.
Well, I don't know about all that technology wizard y'all doing, but I'll do my best to remember. Let's see. I went to the library to pick up an encyclopedia about the ring, or what have you. See, Sauron did some whispering to Saruman, and well, I hate to say it, but we may have lost him to Sauron's forces. Something or other about him, we can't win. All hope is lost. Bunch of malarkey, if you ask me. But I'll keep reading. I've been reading that stuff for about 17 years or so. That's when I got to thinking of the fact that Sauron has a bunch of spies working for him. And well, not to say that Shire isn't safe neighborhood and all that, but I'm sure somebody is bound to find young Frodo in his ring. So I shot an email over to Aragorn.
Which is when I said we should go track down Gollum, seeing as how he had the ring last.
So we did that. Needless to say, we found diddly squat. So I have a new plan. See, I thought the ring would reveal itself very easily if we followed the old instructions I read about.
And you have these with you now?
No, I left them in the back seat of Uber the other day. But basically, as long as we put it in the fire and it glowed, that's a bingo. While I was trekking back, I came across the little booger. He bit Argon. Wasn't sure if he needed a COVID test or a rabies shot. But I asked him about the ring. He didn't give me any important information, so I bonked him on the head and tied him up. Well, it may be good to tell you that Gollum went to Mordor, dumb kid. He was promptly captured and tortured.
And I, finding the pitiful creature, returned him to Mirkwood, where he stays till this day.
Well, actually, we may or may not have lost Gollum.
Lost Gollum?
Ah, this is the price you get for letting an elf do a dwarf's job, Aragorn. We would have locked him down into the deep depths of the lonely mountain and thrown away the key.
Mind your tongue, Gimli, before I put an arrow through it.
Over your computer screen? Now you're thinking like a true elf.
We guarded this creature day and night at Gandalf's bidding, much though we were weary of the task. But Gandalf bade us hope still for his cure, and we had not the heart to keep him ever in dungeons under the earth, where he would fall back into his black thoughts.
Oh, well, I'm glad you treated this vile creature better than mine own father. You locked deep underground without a second thought.
Get over that nonsense, Gimli. That was a long ago and a simple misunderstanding.
Thank you, Gandalf. Anyway, Gollum escaped one day from the forest of Mirkwood. We tried to recapture him, but at the time orcs came on us at unawares. We drove them off, but we found that Gollum was gone. It seemed plain that the attack was made for his rescue. Alas.
Alas, you have lost him, as we seem to have lost Glorfindel. Glorfindel, wake up, please. Glorfindel, you're needed. Whatever, let him sleep. So, all this in mind, what do we propose to do with the ring?
Bury it. Hide it away. It seems simple. Even a dwarf could do it.
Tragically, the armies of Sauron would turn over all of Middle-earth if they had to. They would find it. Whether we hid it at Minas Tirith or old Tom Bombadil's house, they would soon come to find it, and we could not stop them.
Perhaps the great ring has come into our hands to serve us in our very hour of need. The free lords of the free may surely wield it to defeat the enemy.
I agree with the lad. We dwarves would be happy to fight and make our forefathers proud.
No, The power of the ring is too great for anyone to wield it at will. They would soon become the Dark Lord themselves. I think the only path forward is that we destroy the ring and the fire where it was made.
Very well, Mr. Elrond. Say no more. Bilbo, the silly hobbit that started this affair, and Bilbo had better finish it, or himself.
No, Bilbo. We appreciate the offer, but this task is beyond your strength. Bilbo, you cannot take this thing. It is passed on.
Oh, thank God. I don't suppose I have the strength or the luck left to deal with the ring. Plus, I just came up with a good ending for my book. I thought of putting, and he lived happily ever after to the end of his days. It's a good ending, and none the worse for having it been used before.
I will take the ring, though I do not know the way.
I think that this task was appointed to you, Frodo. Though, unfortunately, due to COVID, there are no current flights to Mordor at this time. Therefore, you will have to walk.
Fuck me.